Good morning. It is Wednesday, August 20th. I'm Whitney Turner. Thanks for joining us for Catch Up Quick, WVLT's daily fastcast, airing 10:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. We want to kick things off with a check of your first alert forecast with meteorologist Sydney Sullivan. And you were just teasing me with fall-like temperatures.
That's right. I know many people are already anxious for that cool down. We got to get through some changes before we see that cool down. But wow, it is going to be a welcome change for us. As of right now, we're trending mainly dry. You might have been in and out of a few isolated downpours earlier on, and now just tracking a few spotty showers, pushing mainly to the south of Gatlinburg. So as of right now, I would say it's about the quietest part of the day that we will see. So if you're trying to maybe get your dog out for a walk on the earlier side, will be better because those showers and storms headed our way this afternoon. Temperatures already heating up. We're sitting primarily in the upper 70s, lower 80s, and we will continue to see our temperatures rise right near 90 degrees for this afternoon. So if you want to break from that heat and humidity, we got to get through these changes, and that will come with scattered showers and storms, especially during this afternoon and into the evening. It will linger on into the very end of the day. Then we will start to see some improving conditions. But one thing we are watching is any storm that does develop could be briefly heavy rainfall, a little bit of wind starting to work on it, and it might impact your evening commute. So coming up in your first alert forecast, I'll have a closer look at the latest timing of these storms and where our temperatures go from here. Whitney?
Sydney, thank you so much. Right now, a TBI silver alert is still in effect for a missing man from Knox County. We want to show you. Take a look at your screen. TBI says 84-year-old John Quirk went missing on Tuesday. There he is on your screen. He could be driving that silver 1997 Toyota RAV4 with Nevada tags, and he could be traveling through Alabama. He's said to have a medical condition that may make it difficult for him to get home safely without help. If you know anything about where he could be, call 1-800-TBI-FIND. And the Cobb County Sheriff's Office and the TBI are investigating a shooting that has critically hurt a man. Sheriff C.J. Ball tells us this happened on the 700 block of Magaha Chapel Road in Cosby. It happened after a dispute between two people around 8 o'clock yesterday morning. A man who was shot was taken to the hospital, and he's in critical condition. The investigation continues. Meanwhile, it took the Tennessee National Guard less than an hour to rescue a hiker in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The hiker was found hurt in the Snake Den Ridge Trail area yesterday evening. It's just east of Gatlinburg. The crew provided first aid and hoisted the hiker into the helicopter. He was taken to UT Medical Center. Right now, a man is trying to get an emergency visa to head to East Tennessee so he can pay respects to his mother, who died in a Pigeon Forge crash last week. Roger O'Connor lives in Singapore. He's a pastor and Cuban national. O'Connor told us that his main mission is to support his father, who was in Pigeon Forge with O'Connor's mom to celebrate his birthday.
I have to say that the main purpose is to be there for that moment. But if the visa were to come later, or let's say something else happens and I can go, I still see purpose in, going to the cemetery, paying my respects, which is the reason why I want to do this. Be with my father.
As a Cuban national living abroad, O'Connor is facing challenges getting into the U.S. For instance, there's a federal travel ban in place for Cubans. His mother's funeral is slated for August 24th, meaning he only has days to get here. O'Connor's hearing with the U.S. Embassy is set for today. And Knoxville City Council will take a little longer to vote on selling part of Chilhowie Park to Emerald Youth. They decided to delay the vote at last night's meeting, where emotions were running high. Some in attendance were in support of this plan, but others say the city has not been clear enough about what's going on. Emerald Youth wants to build a sports complex in the park. This is what it would look like. They say this will help with youth development in the area. And here's what a longtime Emerald Youth representative had to say last night.
We would hope that you would vote tonight, not sometimes late, but tonight, to give these young people hope, to give them a sense of future.
Those who wanted the vote delayed also got to speak last night. Some say they didn't know about the proposal until just recently. They wanted to see the city try harder to explain why they feel this is good for East Knoxville.
All of Knoxville. Not only has East Knoxville been intentionally underdeveloped, Chilhowie Park has never received the type of attention and use as Lakeshore Park.
The city council delayed the vote for 2 weeks. Councilwoman Gwen McKenzie says she wants to hold a public meeting ahead of that vote. We're going to continue to stay on top of this. We'll let you know what happens. Also, at last night's meeting, council members approved nearly $1 million to repair sidewalks across the city. Some areas like this off of Clinch Avenue are showing a lot of wear and tear. The city picked 42 sidewalks to focus on based on your feedback. A group that supports people with disabilities says this investment will make a huge difference.
With mobility issues, have to think strategically about every single move. How am I going to get to point A to point B? Am I going to face a step up that I can't do with my chair?
On average, the city dedicates about $2 million a year for sidewalk investments, which covers the yearly maintenance and upkeep of some existing paths. 2 buildings in Tennessee are on the list of the ugliest public buildings in the United States. One of them right here in Knoxville. We're talking about the Civic Auditorium and Coliseum. It's ranked number 46. The list comes from the New Jersey Real Estate Network. The other building is a courthouse in Nashville, which is ranked 100. More than 3,000 people were surveyed for the study.
And now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Sydney Sullivan.
Well, we are looking ahead to some big changes in the coming days, but for right now, we are starting to see some breaks in some of the cloud cover, but still tracking a few isolated showers. That will stick with us through the remainder of this morning and towards midday. This afternoon, a slightly different picture. We'll start to see scattered showers and storms begin to head our way, some of which could become a little bit more widespread. Temperatures still going to be a very steamy day, right near 90 degrees for today. But we've been hinting at this cool down. And as of right now, for the final week of August, it's looking very likely that a strong cold front will actually push in some welcome changes with refreshing temperatures. So something to look forward to, but we got to get through the changes prior to that. So in your first alert forecast, hour by hour, this afternoon we'll start to see a little bit more cloud cover work on in with scattered showers and storms becoming more widespread. Now use this as guidance, not gospel, as we'll continue to see on and off downpours throughout the remainder of the day on Wednesday. Now, as we get closer towards dinner time, we're not completely out of the woods, but I will say a lot of the activity will start to taper on off. We'll still see a few passing showers through the overnight, but overall conditions will start to simmer on down. And then Thursday is shaping up to be a little bit quieter. So we've actually brought down our overall rain chances for Thursday. Great news there. We'll wake up to maybe a spotty shower here or there with a little bit of cloud cover. And then throughout the remainder of the day on Thursday, very isolated. So much drier conditions will start to work on in, and it'll also bring our temperatures down ever so slightly. Not the big cool down that we're seeing just yet. That comes next week. In addition to that, we are keeping a very close eye on Hurricane Aaron, still a Category 2 hurricane, the span of the system, a very powerful hurricane. And you can see some of those outer bands getting very close to the coast of South Carolina and North Carolina. So they are bracing for those impacts in the coming days. But here at home, fortunately, things are calm and quiet, at least for the time being, before we start to see scattered showers and storms head our way later this afternoon and into the evening. Very isolated on Thursday and Friday. Another round of scattered showers Saturday, but that's what's going to start to bring in that cooler, more refreshing air as we head on into early next week with sunshine to follow.
Sydney, thanks so much. Well, most public school students have been back in the classroom for about 2 weeks now. So we wanted to check in on how that statewide ban on phone use is going. School districts hoping the new policy will keep students' attention in the classroom. But we are learning some students already have found a way around this.
Everyone I know who's still in high school, they just have a second phone that they give to teachers or show to teachers. Like my little brother's currently in high school, he has 2 phones. We usually just used a burner phone and put that in the yonder pouch and then had our own actual phone that we used.
Who's surprised by this? Teenagers are crafty. The statewide ban on phone use in classrooms went into effect this school year. Meanwhile, neighbors in Sevier County could have another option for grocery shopping. Leaders approved plans to build a new Walmart in the Kodak community. It would be located off of Winfield Dunn Parkway in Sevierville. The project includes a proposed traffic light, more than 600 parking spots, and a drive-through pharmacy. Some neighbors say it would be a big boost for the economy. Others think the store would only bring more traffic headaches to an area that's already very busy.
Don't have to deal with that traffic and stuff up in Sevierville. That's horrible. Like, good Lord. Like, it's worse than trying to fly an eagle up through there to get up through there.
It's going to open up a lot of jobs around here, which I think is going to be awesome.
Well, this would be the third Walmart in the area. The company's finalizing permits for the traffic light for it. Groundbreaking could start in the coming months. For the first time since naming a starting quarterback, we are hearing from head coach Josh Heupel. Joey Aguilar will lead the Vols in 10 days in Atlanta against Syracuse. Coach says all three quarterbacks competed at a high level during fall practice. He says they pushed each other in a positive way in the meeting room and in the practice field. But it was Aguilar, in the end, getting the nod to become QB1 after playing really well in Friday's scrimmage. Coach says he sat down with all three of them at the same time when the decision was made.
You understand that there's going to be, heartache, disappointment, and if it's not that way, then you got a real problem. It was a tough decision for us. We talked about it with those guys. I think the transparency of that breeds confidence in what they're all hearing at the same time. And so at the same time, through that night, there's the pain of disappointment, right? And coming the next day, you got to find a way to be a great teammate, be the same guy that you have, continue to compete. You name a starter, but you never know when your opportunity is coming.
So who is he going to be throwing to? Well, the wide receiver room seems to be getting healthier. Mike Matthews, Chris Brazel, Braylon Staley have all been more involved and getting back to full strength. Also on campus of the University of Tennessee Police Department, they're welcoming these two new canine officers, both Labradors. They're trained in explosive ordnance detection and vapor wake detection. The department now has 5 canines. They train with their handlers weekly for at least 4 hours, both around campus with UTPD and with other agencies in East Tennessee.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
And our year-long celebration of America's 250th anniversary includes fun facts about our country and Tennessee. Today, we're talking about a favorite American pastime, football. On this day in 1920, the American Professional Football Association was formed. They would change the name less than a month later to the National Football League, which you might know better as the NFL. It was created by the owners of 4 teams in the Ohio League, one of the first professional football leagues. They made Jim Thorpe, a football star and gold medalist, the president. The NFL is now officially 105 years old. Thanks so much for joining us on this Wednesday. Remember, you can stay up to date on WVLT.tv, inside your WVLT News app, and as always, on our social media pages. We hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. We're back right here at noon.